The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Kingsland, England, Magnus.
He's flying solo this week here on TNA Explosion, as we just heard. And kind of interesting.
I love the Derby. Let me interrupt you when you're talking, everybody. Jeremy, I love the Derby that he's wearing.
Yeah, well,
it's not a beret.
I don't know. You know, the bottom line is Chelsea has been apparently sent away. Well, let's be honest. He has not had a great win-loss record with her at ringside. He's going to try it solo this week.
Oh,
he sent her off on a photo shoot. Yeah.
I know she's on a photo shoot, but she's somewhere else. I know where she's at. I do. Oh, I know.
And his opponent, he is one half of the Tag Team Inc. Jesse Neal.
I'll quiz you on that, on her whereabouts in a moment.
Oh,
but
I can't wait. It's going to be riveting.
What an athlete. Jesse Neal recently went to Virginia celebrating the 10th anniversary of the bombing of the USS Cole. It was a reunion. It was an amazing moment covered by all the U.S. media. Jesse Neal, of course, aboard the USS Cole. And when you talk about heroes of this country, Jesse Neal, a true hero for the United States of America.
Oh, no argument there from me. But, you know, I often wonder what the Navy thinks now of Jesse Neal's appearance. Because, you know, he didn't look like this when he was in the Navy. With all that ink and that psycho-like mohawk, which I love. Looks like the mascot for the USC Trojans.
Now, hold on just one moment. You know, Jesse, you and me, we're no strangers to each other. We know each other. I've been checking you out, son. I know all about you. USS Cole. And God knows we've all heard enough about that. Now, hold on now, back off, all right? I'm worried about you, okay? Post-traumatic stress. Hey, back off a CC. Get him back, hold on. Because seriously, nobody... Hold on 1 second, please. Please. Nobody in a correct mental state would look this way. All right? See, if you were in a correct mental state, okay, you wouldn't be wearing all this stuff for shock value, okay? But I know what you're going through. You like to turn heads, okay?
It's supposed to be a debate or a match.
I like to turn heads
Just
too.
curious.
I turn heads when I'm in this arena, when I'm in the gym, when I'm strutting down Clearwater Beach, and even when I'm out in the bars. And ladies, you know just what I'm talking about. But when I come to the impact zone, as far as girls go, mate, it is slim pickings. I mean, look at this one.
Wow. Now this is
Funny.
I mean, like, look at this one.
this one.
Right? Like, granted, you're not bad to look at. I mean, you're probably the best looking girl in here.
She's the only
but
girl
you're
in here.
still a moose.
A moose.
Okay?
Oh, she's a hot moose.
You're nothing to write home about, love. You're no oil painting. And you, I can see it in your eyes, my friend. You don't get up. Nah. You're just like everybody else. The men all want to be me, and the women all want to be under me. But unfortunately, love, it's just not going to happen.
Oh, wait a minute. That's going to happen. Jesse Neal takes it to the sky, brings it down on Magnus.
Yeah, Magnus's talk show just ended.
And Jesse Neal now taking his offense to the floor. He had heard enough. And certainly Magnus, what can you say? No shortage of ego there from that guy. We're coming back. We're going to see what happens. Jesse Neal taking it to Magnus when we return here on TNA Explosion. We are back. The action continues here on TNA Explosion. JB along with Taz. This is Magnus versus Jesse Neal, one half of Ink Inc. And certainly after the words said earlier by Magnus, the very confident, the very cocky, the very arrogant Magnus, Jesse Neal now has been fired up in a big way.
There's your cover. Ooh, Magnus able to kick out. And listen, not just from an appearance standpoint, but both these men, Magnus, Jesse Neal, two complete opposites. opposites, polar opposites. And you know, look, Jesse Neal, he's about just living that free, crazy lifestyle, inked up, crazy psycho mohawk, the whole deal, where Magnus wants to go to the club and just hang out with a couple of lads. What do they call them? Not lads, what do they call the girls?
Birds.
Birds.
Thank you. And serious allegations there by Magnus. When he goes out to the club, he doesn't mess around. There's no question about that. Yeah.
You've seen it too, huh, JB?
I've witnessed it.
They called you? Yeah. Well,
Speaking of being carded, Magnus just celebrated his birthday on Saturday. Guess how many years for the Mag Daddy?
22?
24 years of age. A great career ahead of him. Certainly, at this stage of the game, has accomplished quite a bit. Not only here in the United States, but of course, in the United Kingdom as well. King's Lynn, he calls home 2 hours north of England, of London, England.
England also, Engling, whatever you want to call it. But I heard, you know, Magnus was talking about Clearwater, which last I checked was in Florida. I guess he hangs out on the beach in Clearwater.
Multiple residences.
Okay, he's got several beaches he hangs out at. Well, yeah, look, Magnus very full of himself, but he better not take his eye off Jesse too much.
Oh, now back and mocking that, what he referred to as a moose earlier at ringside.
Oh, she's a moose. I got to start getting into farm animals. Easy, you got no comeback on that. But right now, Magnus, uppercut forearm right in the face.
And who has a moose on a farm? Jesse Neal recently, get this,
She's never been to like a moose crossing?
As Jesse Neal recently given the keys to the hometown, given the keys to the city in St. Cloud, Florida, his hometown, by the mayor.
Really?
Yeah.
The mayor of St. Cloud? Who's that, Bobby Bizzuto?
That's Bobby Bizzuto, three-term mayor.
Oh, look at that. Magnus just catching Neal from Power Slam. He might get the Duke. That's the win, by the way. Ooh.
Not enough to get the victory. And so far, so good without Chelsea, without Desmond Wolfe.
I kind of like when Chelsea's out here, though, with Magnus.
Well, Magnus will be the first to tell you, everybody's distracted by Chelsea. Chelsea distracted by Magnus. He says it doesn't work.
Well, I mean, Magnus would know that chemistry's there or not. And now look at this. Magnus going for a pump handle on Jesse Neal. Nice counter by Neal.
Misses the clothesline. Jesse Neal now.
Well, both men with the same thing in mind, a double clothesline, turning point of the match.
And crowd solidly behind Jesse Neal. One half of Inc. Shannon Moore watching on as well tonight.
Speaking of mooses, take a look at the referee, Andrew Thomas. Oh, there she is. Look at Jesse now bringing raining right hands in the face of Magnus. Oh!
And delivers another big clothesline to Magnus. And yet to come, we're going to see TNA Knockouts action, but I'll tell you what, Taz, these two going toe-to-toe, very evenly matched so far.
Yeah, it's back and forth. Jesse's got it covered. Oh! Yeah, it's definitely been back and forth for sure, JB. Oh, wow, look at that. Sweet. Jesse might get it.
And not enough to get the 3 count.
This is the point in the match here. Let me interrupt you while you're talking again. This is the point in the match where cardiovascular, stamina comes into play.
And that's it. Both these guys. Oh, look out. Oh, wait a minute. Referee Andrew Thomas did not see that.
He got pulled in, and then there was a low blow right in the yam bag by
And the Mac Daddy driver. That's it. Mac Daddy driver gets the win.
Mac Daddy driver. Mac Daddy driver. That was my nickname in high school.
And certainly stopping the losing streak. Magnus now enters into the singles competition area without Chelsea and gets the win.
That lovely young lady in our audience kind of fancies Magnus a tad. He's very suave bolo, so I wouldn't be surprised.
It's a win in the column for Magnus here this week on TNA Explosion.